Yo, hey, welcome to the IIV League Podcast. This is, as you can see, we're cozy today. This is the Cozy Cast. I'm here with, actually, this will be funny. This is the Cozy Cast. As we are recording this, there's a hurricane raging outside of our home. So we decided that school's out of session, and we're going to give you guys a special Cozy Cast that's a little bit warmer, cozier. And instead of a special guest, I brought one of my most hated enemies on the podcast just to spice things up and make it fun for you guys. So you'll be learning a lot about my, I don't even know. I don't know.
Nemesis
Anyways.
Where do we begin?
My name's Lonnie. I have an MBA and a degree in human factors.
My name is Sam. I have a degree in aerospace engineering.
And my name is Collin, and I have a degree.
It's already started.
Just existing
Yes, sir.
as myself. I am an angry abyss.
You don't have a. Do you have a? You don't have a degree, do you?
You're gonna take me on this podcast,
Yes.
feed me, and then degrade. Are we even?
You
Yes,
asked me to
I
wine
have-
you and
I do
dine you
happen to.
first, so I figured.
I do happen to.
What's your degree?
We missed the
I don't think
wine.
I've ever
We
ever
missed the
asked.
wine. I have a business degree.
Oh, you're one of those.
Wait, okay, shut up. I don't know. I thought I was talking to him, not you. I would never tell you to shut up. Just Collin.
This is the most I come on here, and this is just continue. I'm sorry.
What? Okay, a business degree from where? From where, Collin?
You don't know her. It's
He goes to different school.
sorry. Yeah, it goes to different school. You
Oh,
don't know
a
her.
business degree? Go on. From where?
It's this little place.
You didn't finish, did you? There's a little bit of sadness.
And we're gonna be just this negative energy.
No.
He's like, oh, I thought I could get away with
Work
it.
hard and can't get through. I did finish university, by the way, but for those who haven't,
For those who haven't, I give
encourage.
encourage. No, I encourage them. I give
To
encouragement
finish or stop.
to keep going. If you haven't finished your degree yet, go back to
Wait,
school.
do you actually have an MBA?
What? You didn't know that?
No, I did not know that. Was it online?
No. I went to DeVry.
Yeah, I was
went to
about to
DeVry.
say,
Hey, if you went
Are
to
you sure it
DeVry,
was
that's
not-
fine. But
You're still valid.
yeah, the Ivy League is the Ivy League University acknowledges
Is that an
DeVry.
MBA program? The Ivy League University MBA program?
It should be. It'd be the Ivy League School of Hard Knocks. That's what it would be. And we teach things like home ec. We teach you how to cook pasta and not have it like stick together. Because I haven't figured that out
Yeah,
yet.
you just throw the noodles at people.
Do you know what makes me laugh? The fact that you don't know how to hold a microphone to your jaw for as much as you talk.
I feel like progressively he has been like getting lower and lower, and I'm just waiting for the point where it gets to like right here.
He's gonna be out
I
by
mean-
his knee and he's gonna be like just whispering.
It's actually
Yeah.
really weird. I've already done that. I was like this talking earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, it's
no,
not.
I just think about the idea of a home ec class. It's literally a place where like
We needed more home ec. though.
home ec would
So much more.
save the community. None of us can cook. We all do.
I
girl
don't know what to
dinner.
cook.
Literally,
yeah.
a girl dinner is like a trending thing right
dinner.
what about a king snack? We even talked
king
about those.
snack?
yet.
What is a king snack? It's not,
Well, it
it's not
has
a real
to be a
thing.
version of. Well, no, it's just like food that don't go together, but you just eat them because it's like either left over there or like.
That's just a boy dinner.
Don't. give
That's
things-
boy dinner?
No,
Well, I saw a boy dinner that was a Mountain Dew and one of those Loft House sugar cookies. And
Okay, because
vibes.
exactly. I had a similar one. It was Loft House cookies and then absinthe.
You forgot the drywall.
Don't
Loft
worry.
House sugar cookies.
Don't worry. After a couple shots of absinthe, we were eating drywall off the walls themselves. Fresh.
Oh, fresh drywall.
fresh off the walls.
Fair enough.
wild. That explains a lot.
What was your GPA in college?
3.0? Like that?
A 3.0.
I was a bad test taker. So
That's what
test taker.
That's what I said too.
that's what he said.
But I still got more than a 3.0.
Also, okay, so typically on
Yes. Even at a 50-50, you still can't. Never mind.
usually on the Ivy League podcast, we can bring on the smartest people I know to answer some of the dumbest questions. This time, though, it's flipped. We're gonna
Ask the
flip
smartest
the
people
script.
the smartest questions. That's what I'm hearing.
I met Collin in some dude's backyard a while ago.
It is exactly what it sounds like, by the way.
I met Collin in some dude's backyard, and we became fast friends because he's the one person who doesn't shut up, no matter like he talks more than me. And right now he's being quiet and modest because he doesn't know how much he can say yet. But I feel like as we
Give
get the
me
questions
time.
going,
Give me.
you guys are gonna have an understanding of why he's one of the most vile people I know. And I'm so glad he's here on the podcast today. He's actually doing me a solid by being here. So
you know, it's like those days where it like rains out and you need to fill it with something.
Exactly.
I'm what they call a filler.
Yep.
You know, it's
Yes.
like Who's
Third
around?
string, baby.
He might show up. That one, yeah.
I actually haven't seen Collin in like 6 months, which is crazy. This is the first time I'm seeing him.
Damn.
And he texts me all the time. He's one of those friends who's like, I love you. He's one of those friends. I got to preface it. He's probably like, go in.
Yeah. For context, love him.
Yeah.
But,
Oh my God. Love him so much. One of the best.
Now the podcast starts doing content.
One of the one of the best people.
Context becomes a thing.
One of the best people I know.
But yeah, go ahead.
One of the nicest guys I know. One of the greatest friends. Collin is a professional gaslighter, maybe more so than I am. I will text him, and yeah, I know it's terrible. Everything he says ticks me off. Like I will text him and be like, I'm not even looking at you. Shut up. I will be like, Collin, do you want to get lunch today? He's like, I could possibly maybe get like swing that or something. And I'm like, Collin, yes or no? I'm actually reaching out, trying to connect and like get something done. He's like, I have to like walk a dog,
oh my gosh, I have to feed a cat.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta go close some cabinets, and I was thinking maybe going on a date this afternoon with like this one girl from NoHo, and so I gotta maybe what are you doing tomorrow? What are you doing tomorrow? I'm like, tomorrow it's I don't know, it's Memorial Day, so I'll be out of town.
I have to go make content again.
My job.
Oh.
And so anytime I text Collin, he's the type of friend.
The ultimate like influencer related content creator being.
So it's not a real job, is what you're saying?
No. That's my job. You're like on a phone texting. I'm doing my job. I promise. I'm doing my job.
How often do I do that to you? I have a strict rule at the table for food. Put your phones down, friends on. Phones down, friends on. So whenever we're out to eat,
I love how I'm just setting him up for alley-oops to make him look good.
I don't know. This is a whole relationship, and it's usually the other way around. I try to ask you a simple question or do something normal. Why is that? What is it about me that you seem to like that grates you?
We were talking.
No, let's get into it.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Why do you hate me?
I think what I
hold on. Also, for context, Collin is Italian and Japanese. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, why did we need that context? Well, what are you about to say?
I was to say you people, but it didn't come out.
For context, I'm 3% Vietnamese. And the rest,
I can see it.
Probably,
the
rest of me is probably Swedish.
Valid point.
But Collin is the conglomeration of the Axis powers from World War II. Is that what they did? Is that the X? He just made an X with his arms. And I don't remember that being any of the symbolism.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, no, because the other symbolism is clearly not a good one to throw on.
No, what was it?
No, let's get into it.
What was it?
Well, my arm
Talk
hurts
about it.
today.
Your arm hurts.
I can't quite stand straight up. My hair's not quite the way it should look.
Not quite blonde enough.
Yeah.
How does it feel knowing that?
The melanin in my body can't leave fast enough to create that, so apologies.
Oh, God.
What I was going to talk about
go ahead.
was two things. One, can we like break down what home ec is? We didn't do that.
Hey, real quick, let's hit that intro. Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Collin, give me a C note. It's the Ivy League Podcast. Welcome, and we're glad that you stopped by. What's up? All right, bet.
I thought we said we weren't doing acoustic anymore.
But this one snuck up on us. The hurricane slowed everything down.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was
is that licensed? Can I use that?
What?
Where would you use that?
I'm going to create an AI thing. We're going to get into AI now.
Oh my God.
Home
Every week, AI. Shut up. I mean, if it's a smart home that has like AI in it, I'd want it to like watch everything. You know, that scares me sometimes. Like anytime I go into an Airbnb or a public bath, I'm like, where are the cameras? Like, and I'm a guy, so I'm like, why would there be? I mean, maybe, but I think those stories. I think the stories are usually of like cameras in the bathroom, like watching like girls or something like that.
Yeah.
Not watching, or unless men are like, we're conditioned to be like, well, there's a camera there. Hope you got a good view.
You got to see what I was packing.
Yeah,
it's a very different. Yeah.
Just flex your angles.
Yeah, we're just like, oh, you like that?
I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't necessarily think about. Why is that top of mind for you?
Which looking for cameras?
Yeah, in the bathroom space. Like, why only the bathroom? I mean, outside of the slide.
Oh no, you just unlocked a whole new fear. Thanks for nothing. Like, why do you only check the bathroom?
Florida, snake's not going to come up the toilet or a spider or something.
So I need space for more fears. I feel like
face fears.
Well, do you have that? Like, do you think that there's like,
cameras
for example,
everywhere?
like air vents? Like for me, I always think that like there's something watching through like an air vent.
Really?
Yeah. So like
something.
Well, like something or someone, or like it's not necessarily that I think that someone's watching, but it's like there's always a possibility. So like for example,
air vent.
for example,
air vents than are like probably.
Yeah, you have a lot actually in here.
I've been meaning to tell you to close those.
So a lot of talking goes on there. That's why that one's there.
Stop.
And why is that ripped out? There's
that's a smoke detector.
Oh.
All right,
There's a detector there that you probably had a camera in. And
No, it was a smoke detector, and we didn't know how to fix the battery, so we just took it out. And it's like under a pillow in the drawer upstairs.
Yeah, my roommates did that too.
That should not happen.
it just starts beeping.
It should not happen. Like, I should not have done that, and I took it out. Because then all the time we'd like try to cook. I cooked bacon, and every time it's like smoking a little bit, and it sets up the fire alarm for like the whole unit. So I just took it
means
out.
you're cooking out of too high of a... Anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Talk about home ec. Talk about home ec, whatever, dude.
So in home ec, you learn.
What's your specialty? Like, why are you smart? Why are you different? Like, why are you smart? What makes you smart?
Yeah. What makes you special?
Yeah.
What makes me smart and special, guys? It's giving care. It's giving hope. I like to say that interest and like in things around you and like why things are the way they are makes you smarter, right?
You specifically.
Well, I'm using that as myself.
Okay.
That's like I questioned some of the things around us, and I was, for example, when we were talking about Texas Roadhouse.
The reason me and Collin are friends, are able to stay friends, is because of his resiliency or just refusal to accept any method I use to berate him. I think he gets a rise out of it. I think it
I know this has
tickles
been
him
a
a little
very
bit.
crazy episode, but I want to talk about how there are ways to fight with your friends that are constructive. So one of the things I think is that I love to do. He is one of the friends. Like
Collin is the
everybody has
definition
that
of that
friend
sentence.
You can basically
Never constructive.
you know what? I guarantee you. Everybody has a friend that they can start a fight with, and like a playful fight, but like it probably won't turn bad, but you have to do it.
No, you don't. You don't have to do it.
We
Collin,
can do it now. I can give examples.
give an example.
I don't have to.
Give an
Okay.
example.
So today I was picked up, and I
Oh my
asked
God.
Lonnie. I said, hey, are you coming from Sawtell? So that I would have enough time to know when he's going to pick me up.
Oh,
then he
perfect. Yeah,
tells me.
perfect. Get into this one.
And
Get
then
into
he
this
tells
one.
me, and I was
Talk
like,
about
oh,
it.
you're there. Okay, cool. That I knew the amount of time it takes to get to my house.
How much
Sawtell.
time?
About 10 minutes.
Cool.
And so I was like, okay, cool. I got about 10 minutes. I get this call back. Why did you ask if I was in Sawtell? Why did you ask if I was in Sawtell? I was like,
He made it sound like he was in Sawtell as well. Like you were also in Sawtell. He made it sound like he was in the same neighborhood. Me and Sam hop on the freeway after like 5 minutes. I'm like, why did you ask if we're in Sawtell?
And why are we on the freeway?
Go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
Tell me he's not so mad right now. So I just asked, because I knew if you were coming from where you live, it was going to be a little bit longer. So I knew how much time I had without having to ask. I think that's a considerate friendship.
I want to point this out. He wasn't ready when we got there. He wasn't even outside.
Because I had 10 minutes.
But
I knew.
He had 10 minutes and where was he? What did he say he was doing,
He
Sam?
was feeding the cats
Where?
in the backyard.
Feeding the cats out back. I don't know if that's a euphemism. I don't know what that means.
No, we have cats.
He wasn't ready.
There are cats. That
He
are
wasn't
outside.
ready. So he asked, first of all, he's like, how far are you? How far are you? Oh, I'm 10 minutes away. Okay, cool. Why are you not going to be
I'm
ready?
making the planet a better place by feeding animals. And what are you doing? Killing it with your gasoline-powered vehicle. Your motor killer.
How could
I also
you?
have a motor killer, so I can't talk.
So
But
the point, go ahead,
Yeah.
finish talking.
I love that we could. Did you see this? This was great. I actually got him aggressive and angry about something as small as where he was in relation to picking me up. Listen to that silence. Listen to it. He's taking it.
If Collin had a
So home ec-
superpower, it's
Oh.
just like one of those like cattle prodders where he can just like poke people and get them like all jumpy and riled up, and then just step back.
The list of people that Collin has been, because I usually do that. I usually know how to get people upset. I know how to get anybody upset. Collin does it with as simple as breathing. Like I'm like, you're.
See? Home ec is a wonderful class, you see, because home ec teaches you skills. Okay? Skills. But it's also kind of weird because why are we doing it around everybody else our age? Like, we all don't know what we're doing. This teacher probably makes a crappy salad. Why are we baking with this woman?
What was your home ec class like? Actually, shut up. How would your 5th grade teacher describe you? Yeah, say it. Say it. What was her name? What was that poor woman's name? Say it.
I'm not going to do that to her.
Say it. What was her name?
Outstanding young lady.
What was her name?
Miss K.
How would she describe you?
There are things that you've used that she probably would have also used.
Oh.
I'll leave it there.
So it's been a whole life thing.
How about this? Start saying things, and I'll not verbally.
A
but we'll
nuisance.
see. I'll say yes or no.
A nuisance. I love on the report card that Collin gets sent home with. It just says a nuisance. Just like it's like, what are your grades like? It's like A, B, A, but on top of it just says a nuisance.
The bane of my existence.
Yeah.
Talking was definitely on there.
Yeah.
I think we can deduce. I think
the most harrowing thing, I don't know if you had to go through this, but I know for me the most harrowing thing was like whenever their teacher would be like, you get in trouble for being with the talking kids.
Oh.
Like you're just with, like it's like third grade and you're like hanging out with them and they're like, you three, your balloons are moving down. The balloons are moving down. You're below the line.
Balloon.
Oh no, we had charts.
Not the gumdrop buttons.
Not my good noodle stars.
Whenever Collin talks, I want to put a nail in my eardrum. Like, ideally with a nail gun. Like,
Home Depot?
Like, very swift.
Lock them up.
We have a Lowe's down the street.
I would love
Lowe's?
that.
Lock them up.
Like, it's just like...
I'm talking to you, Lowe's.
It's
Lock
like,
them up.
It's like a governor on a motor.
Can't even speak.
That's
Look at him. Can't even speak.
A governor on a motor. Like, it's like you just want to go. You want to have fun. You want to exist. And then the governor's like, can't go that fast. Can't go that fast. Like, that's what he is. And it's only been maybe 15 minutes we've been recording. We still have 45 minutes at least. And I already...
How long? Oh, goodness. Okay, well.
How long have you going, Sam?
Sign me up.
17, 18 minutes.
Oh. Well, so I think, yeah, I mean, I love how we asked you a question and we've been derailed multiple times.
Shut up. Just say it. Just answer the question. I don't even know what the question was. Try again. Just answer it. I promise you can finish it.
I bet you the comments do.
What is... Answer the question.
How would my 5th grade teacher describe me? Right?
Ask the question.
Lonnie's throwing a
temper
tantrum.
That's the devil coming out of you for acting that way.
This is really the hardest thing he's ever done in his life.
You know that meme of Dobby the elf at the table, flailing back and forth?
I thought you were going to say Dobby's a real elf. What does he say something similar? Anyway.
How would your 5th grade teacher describe you?
Please.
Talkative.
Okay.
Sweet. I'm just going to ignore that. And I think charming would be a part of that.
Charming.
You've like risen up your 5th grade teacher?
Like he's a heartfelt, charming kid.
What'd you get in trouble for in school besides talking?
Kindergarten. I was a fighter.
You fought people?
In kindergarten?
You were 5 years old, just swinging on people?
Absolute fighter.
And for context, the backyard me and Collin met was actually like we were boxing in someone's backyard. So I guess
I had to like re-hone in on those skills from kindergarten.
I can validate that he does swing his arms.
Flails.
That he has been swinging since he was 5.
Yeah.
Very true.
I was a fighter. You know, I had that chip in my shoulder.
Why?
Philly kid. You
From
know.
Where?
I'm
about to Oprah you so hard.
What does that mean?
Does that mean I get free stuff?
Yeah, check under your seat.
It's one of two things. It's either a bomb or a brand new 2023 like Honda Civic, like a Toyota Corolla or something.
A Corolla or a Civic. Why did you have a chip on your shoulder as a child?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I didn't have one, but you act like you have one. You know what I mean?
What?
You act like you have one, though. You don't have one, but you're like,
so
you had like normal kid. I'm fine. I didn't have a chip on my shoulder.
Here we go.
Okay.
What do you mean you're fine? Tell me more about that.
I had a great growing up. My parents were great. I didn't have anything to like be mad about.
No, why does it feel like you're trying to prove something?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. As a kid, I feel like maybe there was some bullying if I remember correctly. Like I think a bully-free world is tough, but I think a place where we can maybe limit bullying to the people who truly deserve it.
Do you have some categories?
Yeah, I was about to say.
People?
I can think of some.
Please enlighten me.
I can think of some.
Onesie. He whipped out a onesie. Wow.
Do you like how I folded it really nice? That's the Asian in me. Just absolutely folded that thing.
Yeah.
I worked in retail.
You seen Oppenheimer?
I did.
Oh, how'd you feel?
I liked it. I want to see it again, though. I want to see it.
Should you like it?
I'm allowed to be different from my country, okay? They probably look at me and go, he's only like a little bit. No.
Do you speak Hispanic?
He's only 3%.
Hispanic is a wild term. Hispanic is a term.
As you guys can tell, this is definitely the cozy cast.
Oh yeah. We also just ate like a cheesy bread pizza and
My
wings.
recommendation. And let me tell you,
Why you gotta say that? Why you gotta say it's your recommendation? What does that gain? Do you feel better?
Well, because I have to, because I'm going to describe something, and I feel like if I don't
Go
say
for
I
it. Do it.
recommended
Talk. Do it.
then
do
I'm
it.
a
Do it.
hypocrite.
Stop explaining. Just do it.
I feel like he does this to nobody else on the podcast, but I feel like you should have seen the man rip the cheese out of the bread
Lactose intolerant.
not
And then
only
throw
that-
it.
Well, he should have mentioned that before we got a cheesy.
I did it
pizza,
for
but
you. I got that for you. I
said
got it
we
for
could have
you.
gotten anything. We didn't have to do this.
You know who else I treat like this? Hunter.
Yeah.
I treat Hunter like this.
My point is, this is actually, you're right. This is actually very crazy. We're watching driving around Japan, and
Yeah.
they're driving on the other side of the road. There's vehicles I don't recognize. There's flashing lights. We haven't seen people though. So that's
Well, that's
Why have we been on the highway this whole time? I want to see some streets.
no. That's when you get to Kyoto. I put this on sometimes when we record the
drive to
podcast
Kyoto?
because it's just like the mind continues to flow.
flail.
We just
Sam,
ate.
Sam, the yawn counter on Sam is going. Oh my god! Every episode.
But those
I'm
boneless wings,
eepy.
solid.
boneless
choice.
wings are
Fantastic.
just like
Fantastic.
delicious little. If you're EP, pick some questions. Gosh darn it, you're on
Okay.
question duty. God dang it! I put this on because the mind just keeps rolling. It's like I'm driving, and because we want to eventually do a car cast too. This is the cozy cast.
Oh yeah.
Remember on like
do a car cast?
Yeah.
drive to Vegas and we just like record.
Oh, I love that. Okay, that's actually kind of nice. Just
What's-
don't like crash the car.
Well, you don't.
Distracted.
well, that's not.
I'm
the
always
goal.
distracted.
Does
driving.
your Subaru have auto?
Yeah,
Kind of like a Tesla?
it's nice. Not like it doesn't like start. I mean, actually, it's pretty good. I put it on.
Honestly,
so-
surprisingly, I was kind of mad.
That's it's my
The
super
elitist in me came out. I was like, why does he get all these? Why did I pay this money for?
I paid like $30,000 for that car, and I come with like adaptive cruise control. Took care of everything.
What is this?
What's one thing you would teach your kids? You want to make sure to teach your kids.
I would say.
That's stupid.
I'm going to answer some texts on my phone. I'll be right back.
All right. So anyway, Sam, what do we got?
Anyways,
What do you got there?
have you ever gone to therapy? If not, are you open to it?
Oh, I am. I should. I need to get back into therapy. I really do. I really do. I just sometimes it comes out of me.
This podcast is
And
supposed to be your therapy?
It should be.
See, I feel like we talked about this on a earlier episode of how like men in general usually can just get away with like
Sticking
throw
hoop, baby.
ball at rock,
Ball and
or
hoop.
ball at hoop,
Bro.
is therapy.
Ball and line, ball and hoop, ball and stick, ball and hit. Like any combination with ball and something, men can use as like therapy.
Yeah.
And this
Balls
would be
are just-
yeah. The balls are the it seems to be like men and ball. Something
Something about men and balls.
about it is like
classic.
either
Not
like
boba. It doesn't
either
make
it's
the
either a
boba, but
source
like-
of stress or like a release of stress. You know.
One
Actually,
or the other.
Speaking of balls, I heard a story today about somebody who grabbed an electric fence, like ones that are used for like cows, like those high voltage
Use a
ones.
euphemism instead of it's just so we can't, and just in case we can't keep saying
Balls.
yeah.
And
Use a euphemism in case we can't say the F word. It's like yeah, that
Tamales.
one.
You could say tamales.
Is that?
Huh?
It's hot.
No,
Tamales
tamales are.
peppers.
are tamales balls?
Yeah.
I'm not Latino. I don't. But it's very good.
Yeah,
Tamales
he's
are
like, I don't know, I'm
rednecks.
Asian.
Just continue. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Anyway, he
You gotta come up with a different word every time you do the story.
Units
He
of mass
hit-
destruction.
yeah, he grabbed the electric fence and then
Why do you have an electric fence?
he wanted safety, like security for his house.
All right,
He had like a
got
suburban
it.
house too. It was a small one.
Tough.
Yeah, so he wanted to keep his neighbors out, and so he put an electric fence. He grabbed it on accident, and then
They wanted to
his
go to his house. Anyway.
cajones
Ooh.
dropped about another 12 inches. He
How do they drop like that? Like why?
I'm sorry. How many inches?
12, like a whole
Like a
foot,
foot?
a foot.
How would they drop?
Well,
though?
he just woke up and they were just like
So he
lower.
They aged, is what I'm hearing.
Exactly, but like he aged like 100 years in about 4 seconds.
That's tough. Do you know this one time? I washed this one time. I think you guys know about this. I washed vulnerability time on the Cozy Cast. I have to preface it. This one time, I tried to do my laundry and I had the Tide Pods.
Is this like when people were eating them?
The sensitive, no, it was like the sensitive skin Tide Pods, because I got eczema. But
sensitive skin.
I got sensitive skin. I got eczema. I put the Tide Pod in the wash machine. Went to go take the clothes out after the cycle was done. But what happened was the Tide Pod didn't fully like disintegrate. It got caught in like the.
That's happened. Yeah.
It got caught in the lining of the washing machine, right?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I'm sure it'll finish melting and be fine. So I just picked it up and threw it in the dryer, threw my other clothes in the dryer, and just turned it on.
No.
You said I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll finish melting in the dryer. It'll be fine.
Wild term.
So here's what happened.
This is why we need home ec anymore.
Yeah. This is
Actually, my auntie.
So here's what happened. The problem was when I went to go take the clothes out, that Tide Pod had solidified. It turned to plastic. It went back into hard plastic on my underwear. Like on the inside of my underwear, it had adhered to a pair of underwear, turned into hard plastic. So much so that it was like it felt like one of those like plastic tags, but like the ones that aren't like just like you can just rip apart. It was like
You tried to cut them off.
a toy.
How many times did you wear those underwear?
So here's what happened. Now here's where the problem started. I had to go somewhere the next day, and I woke up really fast. I'm like, oh, gotta get dressed, gotta go. And this is the day oh my gosh, this was the day me, Jennings, and Collin actually went on a hike.
Oh yeah.
So we went on a hike, right?
Nice and sweaty.
And so
Last
then,
time it snowed here, yeah.
Yep. And I was like sweating and going. I'm like, I'm chafing really, really bad. And I looked, and I'm like, oh, I'm not. I'm chafing
Stuff's
because
connecting.
there's this dried piece of plastic in my underwear, and it's the dry Tide Pod on my underwear that is like solidified and is just chafing against the inside of my thigh, right? And I'm just like, that hurts really bad. And so I'm like, dang, guys, we gotta like slow down. It was like slowing me up, and it got worse because the next day I woke up and everything was red and rashed over on the inside of my thigh. Because apparently, it turns out, if you superheat a Tide Pod container to where it solidifies and then rub it against your skin for 3 hours,
As one does.
and add heat to it, it irritates the skin so much so that a rash will form over the next week. And over my cajones, like the skin like turned to dragon scales. Yeah, I have a picture.
You were part reptilian for.
I was part reptilian. Like the way it rashed over, it like rashed to the part to where like it was solid skin. It was the worst part. It only happened on the left side. So it looked like Two-Face. It looked like Two-Face. It looked like Two-Face. Yeah, one side was like and the other side was like smooth.
Just
and I was
Jekyll
just
and
like,
Hyde, cojones.
oh my goodness! And it hurt. I'm like, I was so scared.
I just pictured
woke
that
up and
moment in
panicked.
Batman with the guy with the half face and nobody
I
recognized.
just said Two-Face. Yeah, that's what I said. Exactly what I said. Do you understand why Collin's a problem? I said it. That's exactly what I said. He's like, oh, I got an original idea. The hell you do.
I'm drawing a fan, so I don't know anything about this.
And I was so terrified because I thought it was gonna like fall off. I thought like because my thigh was just like because I guess apparently the skin on your cajones is different from the skin on your thigh. So my thigh was just like red and
tell that by
irritated.
texture, but yeah.
And then on my huevos, it was just like hard and scaled over. So the lesson here: melt your Tide Pods in the wash, not the dryer. And if you do get them on your underwear, do not rub them against your skin for 2 to 3 hours, adding heat over time.
Especially not on your little eggies.
Yeah, little eggies. Have you ever done something stupid while cleaning before?
I have to think about
Like
that. I
made
feel
mustard gas?
oh, that's just normal day.
That's just part of.
I'm an Axis member. Remember, that's just
That's
our
true.
normal.
I
True,
forgot.
true.
I like how you went to
One,
member.
Yeah.
Access member.
Yeah.
Not like
Like
affiliate, just like a
members.
member.
Actually, it's members.
Yes, true.
Oh,
Two
yeah.
in one.
Last part.
On multiple sides.
Yeah. Well, did you guys have to clean your house every Saturday as a kid?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What else do you have to clean?
My mom, she put me on like mop duty, and then after a couple weeks, she realized I was awful at it. So
How can you be bad at mopping?
I don't know.
Because you only half-ass it. Or
Yeah.
like, the water's like soapy and it's like really wet, even though it's not dry.
It's supposed to be soapy.
No, but like
I don't know how to mop.
No, there's definitely been times where like I've
like
left
slip
an
and
area
slide.
wet, yeah, and then
Yeah.
my mom just walks in, slips over, breaks her back.
Tough. I had to clean every
Bad way to break
Friday.
backs.
Every Friday I had to clean my house, and like I'd put on like my mom would like put on music for us. She'd wake us up early.
Who would be? Do you have like what is like your musical memory from that time?
Oh, it's like Fred Hammond, like Fred Hammond, CeCe Winans, like all the gospel music and stuff like that. As I got older, we found like Need to Breathe and Lecrae.
That's it.
It was a very Christian household, so
keeping it
we
real,
had,
okay.
like, so we could only. Every now and then. I found Disney Extreme Skate Adventure, which was a Disney game for the PlayStation 2, which was a skate park game.
Love that.
And then I also had Burnout Paradise and then Madden. And that introduced to me all the pop and rap that I was ever exposed to up until I got to college.
In that time frame, did you get like you know how every kid had like an angsty emo period? Was yours like Skillet?
It was, I hated Skillet. I hated Skillet.
Really?
I don't know why. It was so generic.
Like,
it was
Yeah.
so generic. I know, but all the kids in my youth group listened to Skillet. Yep, that one. I just got sick of it.
That song, yeah.
I listened to Switchfoot and Reliant K.
Okay, well, Switchfoot's. Oh, those are both great bands, though.
Yeah.
I
Did
guess.
you love how I did not know they were a Christian band growing up?
Yeah, no, that's
A
why
lot
they
of
were
people
cool.
didn't. Yeah.
That's why they were cool.
Exactly.
You got away with it because it's like, it's not really
Switchfoot had
a
those
fishy
2
band.
hits, and everyone's like,
Oh, what songs were
Or
they?
like My Life Be Like.
Grits.
My Life
They had
Be
Yeah,
two songs.
Grits.
Grits had 2 songs. They had My Life Be Like, and then maybe the other one was like, we feeling, round and round the globe.
Yeah.
We feeling, what? Here we
You know,
go.
Sometimes it's such like the lyrics are so out there. I sometimes even wonder like, you guys just saying you're Christian because you know Winter Jam's a thing and you just want to tour. Like
Winter Jam.
They'll be like, this is one that like when I was feeling vulnerable, you know. He uplifted me, and you don't even hear him. You don't hear anything.
It's just he. It's
It'll
just
be like
he.
angsty kitchen moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just he. Daughtry was up there.
Oh.
I'm coming home.
Was he Christian?
He could have been. It could have just. I'm pretty sure they played it on
to a place
K-Love.
where I belong. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Place where I
it works.
belong.
it could be heaven. Daughtry, if you're out there, confirm that for us. But I think
When you really think about it, though, a lot of love songs can be considered Christian when you really think about
And
them.
it starts in my toes and I
just
crinkle
depends
Well,
my
I don't know about
nose.
that one.
oh my god.
I don't know about.
Wherever it goes and Colby Calais was onto something. Somebody said that
The
was
real Christian artist.
the real Christian Colby Calais. I don't even know like the state of Christian music at this point.
I don't either.
I don't know
I
if
feel
there
like
was
it's
bands.
very
It's just like-
contemporary, like
I think
worship
I would love
type
to. I'm
music.
curious on that.
I feel like all of the typical like you don't know if they're Christian or not. But they are Christian bands like Skillet, Switchfoot, all those like Toby Mac,
don't know
Reliant
if you guys
K,
know this.
all of
Toby
those.
Oh,
They
Toby
just
Mac.
like
Oh my
phased
God,
out.
Yeah.
wait, you're Italian and him.
I was gonna say that.
I always want to say I want to be like, you're Italian and Hispanic, right? Like
Why leave the Latinos alone? They've done nothing here.
I like how you acknowledge that you being associated would be a problem for them and like a
Oh,
downside.
I mean, well, no.
Japan
I mean,
is
it's
so
all the time.
beautiful. They have these giant like
And this
walls
is like
over
the
the side of their
highway.
freeway.
Yeah,
Yeah, do you feel at home?
Beautiful, yeah.
What if I just became like a super soldier and just
Okay.
no guys, I'm totally normal and just start speaking Japanese. Just like
be cool.
if they hit a button. But what I was gonna say, really quick, just back to the Christian thing real fast.
Yeah.
Did you know like there's Christian metal? And
Yeah.
half of my favorite like metal bands are Christian metal bands.
Like who?
Under Oath. I just saw them
yeah,
yesterday,
they
actually.
are. I remember
Fantastic.
that.
They're
Yep,
great.
Under Oath is
There's a band called
a
Pennsylvania
day to
Boys.
remember.
They're from Ocala. They're not. Those guys are definitely not religious. But
I know.
What's
they're
wrong
just
with
from-
Ocala?
They're just from
Red.
Florida.
There's like
August Burns Red.
is a Christian metal band.
Wow.
Yes.
Like the drummer has like a youth group that he does like one of my favorite drummers
That's cool.
ever. But
Fireflights.
there's
Firefly.
there was a bunch of bands back like when I used to listen to a lot of metal.
you all around me,
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
single feeling.
What do you think she was thinking about when she wrote that song? Was
whatever.
that God being all around her?
It's supposed to be.
Him being around me. I can feel him all around me.
I can feel you. No, she just says you. She just
But
says
what if
you.
But what if it was him originally and then she was like too much?
Oh,
Oh.
guys, let us know if you are. If it was just him, and then she's like too much. Like back it off. Say
like you know how
that way.
in South Park he like literally took Christmas songs and made them like into religious songs, and then people were like, no, I feel like you're in love with Jesus. Like he's like, yeah, don't we all love Jesus? He's
Do we
like,
all
no,
love
no.
Jesus?
But you're like in love with
in
Jesus.
love. If we're forgetting any songs or bands, if you guys know any bands, please comment in the comment.
Yeah.
Let us know. Comment on Instagram or on the YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, if you guys are listening, thank you so much for listening. What episode is this? Like episode 8? I don't even know what episode this is, but we're in it, and this is great. I appreciate you guys like tuning in and listening. If you haven't yet, follow, like, subscribe, and maybe we're going to count to 10. We're going to count to 15. We're going to go 15 seconds for you to just, if you haven't yet, subscribe, follow, leave a review, 5 stars. I see some of you guys did that already. I love you, and I appreciate you. You guys are awesome and valued members of the Ivy League. Don't be afraid to leave a comment on some stuff you like to see from the Patreon as well. We were thinking about doing like a book club. And by book club, I mean not a lame book club, like watch a movie, talk about it, read a book, and talk about it. That
Like an
kind of
art
stuff.
form. But call it a book club because that's like the good.
Yeah, like life stuff. It's like, I saw Oppenheimer, and it taught me that if I'm a communist, I'll be drowned. And like stuff like that. But like I'm thinking about doing that, offering that for the Patreon. That way, it's not just you guys giving money, but you get a community as well.
Offering what exactly?
A book club.
Oh,
so
I thought you meant drowning for the communists.
No, we don't. I don't care to.
Hey, whoever supports the cause, 1950s, that would have been fantastic. Wasn't good for everybody. But
Drowning.
That was.
I don't know what exactly you're trying to sell here, but
Was Drowning Pool a Christian metal band?
Drowning Pool.
You remember them?
You mean hit the bodies? Oh, bodies.
Bodies?
Let the body could not be. No.
Oh no, you're
No,
right. No.
I
No.
don't.
Yeah, I'm
think-
like I had to.
Something tells me.
Let the bodies hit the flow. Let the bodies hit the. Yeah, no.
Them
Could
and
be.
Disturbed together make the ultimate Christian band.
Oh, so fun. I love
I do like Disturbed.
those are my lifting songs. Like if I
Yeah.
learn whenever I go to whenever I'm running, I'll put on like pop punk or like punk.
Because it's
And
like
then-
kind of happy and fun. Yeah.
Or like it's kind of like Fall Out Boy. But then when I go lifting, it's just like uproar.
You made me think of something. Sorry to not change it. What is your karaoke song of choice?
Oh,
Because you said the band. That's one of mine. That's
so
why
it depends. I like Return of the Mac. If it's a bunch of like,
yeah.
if it's a less melanated crowd, then you're gonna want to do Mr. Brightside for sure.
Oh, you
Or
can
Lo-
let them down. Yeah. Okay.
A Love Story by Taylor Swift is another great one. What's another? I have a list actually of karaoke songs I could do.
I have another one. Do you have like a good voice you can impersonate? What voice would you use to do karaoke? Does that make sense? Like, you know how I was doing Patrick
Only
earlier?
need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go.
Mickey Mouse. You would pick Mickey Mouse, not a real artist.
It would be Patrick.
Was that Patrick, brother?
No,
was that
it was bad. I'm
Patrick?
sorry. I was working on my Keisha Cole Love one. Remember that AI? Yeah.
Yes.
That one really takes
You've been
me
really
back.
wanting. I don't want to talk about the AI. He's been wanting to talk about. He asked me before the podcast starts. Can I talk about AI? I'm like, we talk about AI.
No, it's not
too
that I'm
long,
talking about
everyone.
AI specifically.
Talking about it too
I just want
much.
to talk about how the covers are really growing in a great way. That's all.
Okay, talk about it. You
No,
get 30 seconds.
Yeah, this is a 30-second AI
I
segment.
just think that
He's doing it.
There's
Wow.
one that is fantastic that I recommend to everybody. I literally listen to it while working. It's the Cartman Evanescence cover. There's one with him and Butters. Worth it.
Butters is in it?
Yeah, but there's another one that has Butters.
Oh my
That's
God.
just his voice, and he pronounces like every word
Butters.
properly. Like, you know how Cartman just kind of like flails the end of the words like we do in English.
Hey guys,
Hey guys.
guys.
Ooh, Cartman AI doing Christian covers would be an interesting thing. Anyway, I can stop talking about AI. I just really think some of these covers are really going somewhere. And if you need a new one, the Patrick Keisha Cole Love one is
Love.
just.
I also like when
It's top
Patrick
tier.
sings anything by Luther Vandross.
McDonald would be good.
Sam's prepared something for us.
I have another question.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Please.
Your friend or sibling is dating someone, but they can do better. Do you say something or mind your own business?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm saying
yeah.
absolutely.
Anybody who knows me knows I will.
Jeez.
But I feel
Absolutely.
like you have to say it, and then if they still want the person,
Like, fine.
it's like, okay, but you at least had it out there. Like, it's
Yeah.
in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I
Good
thought.
friend and I had that conversation, and it has changed my life. Kathy, love you. It's been a great
Ooh.
for that. No, my old manager.
She's right.
We loved you.
So I thought about it. Like, at one of my friends' weddings, I was like,
Oh,
maybe
I think
should
that's
say
too
something.
late.
I know, but they
Oh.
specifically have. But they specifically have the thing where you're supposed to.
Actually, no. Anyway.
Yeah, like I'd hate to raise my hand right there, but I've thought about it several times. Where I'm like, I don't want this to happen. I don't think this should happen.
Yeah, you can't do it.
It's not all about
At that
you,
point, you
Lonnie.
had that.
I know, but they asked. They asked, so I'm like, might as well.
Well, if they ask.
No.
If anybody has any
You have to do the
objections,
thing. No,
Yeah.
you have to do the thing. No. No.
No.
Yes.
Not today.
That is
honey.
your
You're
last
enjoying
chance.
Well, no. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like the no. What are you gonna say? No, not today. It's your wedding day. Like, you have to let them lead into it. Well, but it's like, well, if you
I don't
really
wanna-
want to know, and then you just roast their shit in a polite way, and still respectful, that you're not like telling them that their like feelings are wrong.
Is this on the
even though
wedding
they
day?
are. Well, you said this is
Yeah.
your example.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna raise my hand when I said, "Anybody have an objection? Speak now." For
Yeah.
everyone's peace. I'm like, okay, I
This is
can't.
not an '80s movie. This is not.
Why do we ask that question if it's not then?
They
But I
say
mean-
that it's like back in like the 1500s when like literally
People
were
weren't getting married in the 1500s.
well, no, because they died at like 30. They had to get married at like 10.
Very true. Well, I mean, I guess that's true. You could be like, I don't want to. It's your day. I don't want to say anything.
Yeah, you have
Exactly.
to like let them like
And
drag
if
it out of
if
you.
they're
If
like-
they drag
Yeah.
it out of you, then it's game on.
Yeah.
True. I would definitely. Yeah, weddings.
say something.
I have thought about. Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's never a situation which I wouldn't say anything unless
I feel like Sam wouldn't.
No.
Sam
Well,
I'm like, good for you guys, but
doesn't say a lot of things.
But for me-
why wouldn't you say anything?
I don't know. If they asked,
No,
then
they didn't ask.
Then why would I?
No,
Just
I feel
like, am I just like meeting up with them for lunch? Like it's just a Sunday afternoon. I'm like,
Okay, look.
oh hey Ben, by the way, your wife's ugly. You can do better.
Well, ugly is
that's
the
like brash approach.
Yeah, like ugly. We're not talking ugly. We're like, oh, they're just like not
a good
like they're
person.
love
They're
blind.
annoying.
They're
Or,
like
like-
love blind, annoying, and not a good person, not fun. Probably just have like good intercourse.
Maybe not even.
Yeah,
Maybe it's like
but he's just love blind.
maybe it's like Ed Helms in the Hangover.
I don't know. I
You're not
just
gonna
feel
say
like
anything?
that's so mean.
Mean, you're saying
No, I think
how does
you do it because you do it in a way that's like, hey, all's good, right? Like you're happy, everything's like you ask like, hey, how's everything going with the relationship, right? You like very lightly, like it's like a, how's that going? Okay.
Well,
I feel like they'll give you an opening, you just have to find it. And because I feel like one of the things we talk about is like, I feel like you don't want to feel dumb after, and it's like, why didn't nobody tell me?
yeah,
And
but
it's like, well, I either didn't know you well enough or like didn't feel it was the right time. Like those are valid if you don't know the person that long. But if it's like somebody you know very well,
Yeah.
okay.
I feel like it's almost our.
If I was
It's your duty.
if I was
But you
dating
don't do it
like
in a way that's like.
all right, here we go. Okay. Scenario time.
It's giving trash.
Scenario time. I'm dating somebody who's like a 2. Like say she's like maybe like a 10, but like personality not there. Like breath terrible.
Controllable.
No.
Like, well, no. Like,
Oh yeah. It's not
Slight,
medical.
okay. Slight.
It's not medical.
let's-
I have to finish setting it up.
Sorry.
Breath bad, just doesn't care, no personality, and she hates you, and she's not funny, and she has no personality.
Oh, so this is for me?
She's dating me.
Yeah,
I'm
but
dating her.
I'm the friend who has to.
I'm like Sam.
Well,
I'm like
I was
Sam.
gonna say if we're role playing this, can I be the girl?
No, no. Every time you're the girl, you do bad job.
Interesting twist.
All right. Colin's
Okay.
gonna be the girl. I was gonna say, can you pick a better voice from like? Honestly, that's fun. All right, so, okay, Colinetta. I want you to meet my friend Sam. We've been friends for the longest time. This is Sam. This is Colinetta.
Nice to meet you. Sorry, my nails just got done.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Sam has stuck out his hand.
Unhand me, wench.
Sam, what do you say?
Sam's
Sam's a total.
already attacked.
Sam's a jokester. He's such a
Now I'm already
jokester.
attacked.
Me and Sam have been friends for a while. He's really cool. Colinetta just graduated from culinary school.
Home ec really.
Why'd you wink?
I didn't wink. I blinked.
So it's
Blink
like-
twice if you need help.
Are you gonna tell me you hate this woman or not?
I feel like that's something he doesn't respect. It's just like
Well,
cooking. Cool.
Yeah.
It's like even if you don't respect it, be nice.
Yeah. Cooking school.
it's just like he like looked over and he was like, she graduated from culinary school.
I had to blink a few. I didn't know what.
Gave me a weird nervous blink. I was like,
graduated
Yeah.
for. I get it. It's fine.
she-
I was
have
like,
it.
am I
Okay.
supposed to tell you that
Okay,
she's
look.
awful in front of her because you?
Well, yeah. Well, do you like her?
Tell me you don't like me without looking at me like that.
We're thinking of.
she hasn't given me any substance to not like her.
A wig would really let me feel.
feel
Hey,
like
say
this-
something to Sam. Say something to Sam. Do you like Sam's haircut?
I do. I will say we don't know each other well, but he is your most photographic friend. He could wake up out of nowhere and just
Hey, Clinetta, let's ditch this fool. Come here.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be a terrible, no personality, having stank, raggedy broad.
Right. Sorry. I did forget my acting notes.
This
I
is
left
why
them on the
you're not an
table.
actor.
Okay, end scene. Okay, so
All right. So we have this guy. We got to fill in.
we do it again?
One of the extras. He's gonna come stand in. Just say the lines
Do I get a
and let's go. Action.
Okay, sorry, go. I love brunch and getting my nails done.
Isn't she great?
Sounds expensive.
My breath is some of the better things that I work hard on.
my breath is the thing I put the most effort into, and it is not
And
good.
it is something I'm really proud of how far it's come.
It has been not good for many years.
And I'm excited to announce that I am finally healed. My medical condition is gone, and I now just
Why does
drink
it
pure
still
water,
smell
coffee.
bad?
If you see my eyes
Is it
watering,
bad?
then die.
But Babe
No.
never told me that.
No,
Honey Bear, you never told me this.
it's burning my eyes.
Is it more because I'm saying
Burning
it, or
my
because these
eyes,
little loving
too.
Words are just like abhorrent.
Sam, so you're telling me you wouldn't tell me that I had bagged a deep sea fish.
A deep sea fish.
A deep sea angler
just
fish.
a whole bluefin tuna.
That like mouth.
I have an angler fish on my arm, and you're gonna be like, "Well, that's nice for you."
It's not Shallow Hal.
Well, I actually watched that movie yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
What movie?
Shallow Hal.
It's the one where everybody like he thinks he has this like total babe, and everybody else. It was 2004. Okay,
You don't watch movies.
And
Yeah.
You've been lying to me this whole time. Hold on, wait.
I'm actually a movie critic.
Let's put it that way.
Hold on. Sam just said he watched a movie yesterday, unprompted. Anytime I ask this man to go to the movies, it's like wrangling a greasy pig. Like he's like, you know, I don't. Sam is always like, he's like,
greasy pig will go wherever you
bro.
let it.
Sam says something like, I don't remember things. I'm like, so do you want to go see the movie? He's like, I'm not gonna remember it. I'm like, oh, I guess that's fair. I
Well, he
think.
remembered Shallow
There's
Hal?
no
Okay,
reason
so
for me to.
Wow, remembered.
I just remember the name of it.
it was a wild movie.
He said now he's like Sam. One of Sam's favorite traits is that he told me he's like a pathological liar, a professional.
I never.
There it is.
So you're beautiful.
Wait.
so you're like take these beautiful photos and you're great, but you have no memory. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that like your
Take
What
beautiful
movie is that?
photos.
Is that
What?
Is that a Christopher Nolan movie? Where there's a bunch of
actually
pictures.
Shallow Hal
Oh.
is Christopher Nolan's epic. I would say it's on par with Prestige.
He made Christopher Nolan. I mean, he made Shallow Hal.
Yeah. Don't you remember? He did it right
didn't.
before he did Prestige. Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He did it literally. He did a comedy because he wanted to.
Look it
And
up.
then
I don't
Prestige was
remember.
his
Look it
dark, like twisted.
The
Wow.
Prestige was
Hook,
so
line, and
good.
sinker, baby.
You're lying. He's
Absolutely
lying. He's
lying.
lying. Okay, he's lying.
Shallow Hal was like this horrible movie. Well, actually, Jack Black. We respect you for that.
Honestly,
No,
The Prestige
wait.
was such a good movie.
Well, God, it was Rob Snyder, wasn't it?
Ooh, wow.
Oh, it was Rob
You're so racist. Pick another
Wow.
question. Oh wait, no. What was the question?
Shallow
Oh, I'm
Hal.
telling. Yeah, the answer
Oh,
is.
yeah.
I'm telling. I'm absolutely telling anybody. If I don't like your significant other,
sorry.
I'm telling you because it's gonna affect me. It's gonna affect me. I'm gonna have to hang out with them.
That's true. You don't have to.
Yeah, but it's part of the. It's part of the soup, though. Like it's in there.
Yeah.
They're gonna be around. They're gonna be in my energy spaces.
Yeah.
Also, I love how this little scenario role playing thing that you set up was she was there present. Like I'm gonna. Like, are you gonna tell the person,
Can you
hey,
please do it, like in front of her? I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. It's like,
Like-
hey man, I gotta tell you something. Or no, you know what I do? I'm gonna assume that she's not quick enough to catch up on the
No.
little side looks.
Can you imagine being like, don't you?
yeah,
You
and,
go up to your friend, hey Sam, don't you have something to tell her?
oh, it's just like, hey, bud, I know she's here and all, but I think you can do better. Like,
No,
That's
no. So
crazy.
actually,
That's
legitimately,
bold.
if I'm sitting there, this is the things I'm gonna say.
That's
I'm gonna say
bold.
stuff like, I'm like, wow. So how long has been together? You guys met where? That's interesting.
Oh, the Build-A-Bear?
Yeah.
In the Beverly Center?
I thought you hated Build-A-Bears. I thought you like Build-A-Bears? That's so weird.
oh, but little
You
Miss
didn't like
Goo
them
Goo
last week.
Gaga.
It's really funny you say that now.
Yeah, I didn't think you liked that. No, that's weird. No, because your mom. Oh yeah, your mom hates that kind of stuff.
Oh,
Your mom is a
Oh
Build-A-Bear.
yeah.
just
Oh my. Yeah. No, I'm.
you're
dishing-
just like
I'm-
sowing seeds.
absolutely, absolutely.
like-
Because sometimes when you're love struck, you can't see it.
Is this an LA girl, by the way?
Yeah.
In the scenario? So she's technically a Build-A-Bear, is what I'm
You don't have to role play anymore.
Yeah. Your role is done. You're right. You didn't get the
I
part.
wasn't even role-playing that.
You didn't get the part.
Oh, I thought you were like gearing up for the next round.
Yeah. No, you didn't get the
You were like, oh, she's LA. Okay, we're at a Build-A-Bear. Okay, okay.
I did take an acting class, and it absolutely sold me, okay? I'm in, baby. This was on the spot. I wasn't ready. I didn't get to prepare, but let me tell you.
All right, pick
We
the
never
next
do.
question.
Sorry,
We'll
go
make a
ahead.
scenario for Collin for it.
to answer the question, I would say something.
Would you?
When we're in private.
What would you say? What would you say?
If you were like, hey, what do you think about my girl? I'd be like, well,
But you said
You would really say you'd say
You said
well.
they didn't ask in the scenario, though. So I get how that might be a
well,
little
yeah.
tougher,
If
but,
they didn't ask,
but
then
I feel like eventually you have to be like, hey, man, are you sure?
I hate
Like,
her.
we're good.
okay.
Like, I hate her.
Like, what
I
about
have
her
to
is
say
bad?
that,
Because
like-
when I read that question, I just thought like, oh, someone's dating like a two, and then how do you break it to them that they're ugly? Like, it's just like
no,
I feel
no.
like
You
with the
date.
ugly thing, you
assuming
have
that
to
all the
kind
other
of-
traits were
yeah.
not bad. And I'm
Well,
like, if they're happy, they're
If they're
happy.
just like, if they're just maybe like differentiating in looks, and they're happy, whatever. Like, have fun.
okay,
Knock it out.
but even if there's like other
Traits.
I think if the person's ugly,
Traits?
you don't say anything. But if the person's like a bad person,
Yeah, if they're a bad
Yeah,
person, I'm
yeah.
like, if I see, if my I'm taking this question as like you are in a spot where like you're blinded by love for this honeymoon phase, and you're gonna make some big decisions, like let's have a baby. I'm like, hey,
I think if I was dating a girl, I would want somebody
Oh,
to
yeah.
tell me that. Like,
I'm like, hey, no, don't do this.
Yeah, I would warn some.
I
If
would
they're
want
gonna make
somebody
like
to
a
tell me,
big
hey,
life
girl's not good.
decision,
Like,
I'd be
I'd want
like,
somebody to
hey,
say
listen, think about that for a second.
and then let me decide it, because at least
Yeah,
if I don't have honesty from my friends, like where am I going to get it from?
yeah.
I don't live in New York
Random
anymore. I'm not
strangers
gonna
on the
get it
street.
there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get it here.
You need to introduce me to some of the people you date, like, so I can tell you, like, you know.
Oh, true. Yeah. You never bring your girls around the friend filter here.
You know what? You've never brought any of yours either. Now that we're gonna really get into the mix.
I need to start dating first instead
Who
of
said I'm
you know
dating either?
just
Flailing
instead of
in the
belonging
wind.
to the streets.
I feel like
Instead of being a street rat.
I don't mind.
Street rat. Oh, we sounded probably pretty good.
We
Sam,
should
next.
harmonize that.
Okay, hit it. You know, we did. The intro was pretty good.
Oh yeah. You guys are a duo for
What
sure.
you got for us, Sam?
That truck is. Why are the two tires in the front? Why are they not?
No, it looks like they're moving backwards, but that's just because it's going so fast.
Like you know how in America it's the front. There's one tire in the front and then the two in the back.
Japan is so pretty.
It's 75% mountains. Did you know that?
What?
75%.
Japan is
mountainous.
75% mountains?
Yep. My
Does that
family's
mean
from the far south. There's
everything's on a
volcano.
mountain?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Many of the country.
You know what sucks?
A lot of the country is.
Italy sucks.
You went on one trip pre-planned.
Oh, I forgot you're Italian. Dang it.
By a
Oops.
Oh.
I thought you were Mexican.
You did make some great fire content though. That one, the one was very good.
Which one did I do?
You were like, it was like about Rome, and you're like, what are some like positives? And then you were like, I forget how it went, but you had the voice, and you're like,
Oh, the God
what if I
making
told you it
Italy.
was gonna smell really bad?
Oh yeah, it just smells like nothing but cigarettes and something like that.
That was I enjoyed that one a lot.
Cigarettes and
I chuckled.
aftershave. You are Italian, so I appreciate that. Actually.
Okay.
All right.
Absolutely. I
All
can
right.
make fun of myself. It's valid.
I got one. Ask each person in the group, how can I communicate better?
Oh, here we
Shit,
go. This is a
here's his
personality one right here.
Oh yeah, we're about to get into it.
Yeah. Here we go.
I'm ready. Go
All
for
right.
it.
Sam goes first since he asked the
All right.
question.
How can I communicate better?
Say it with your chest? That's what you can do better next time. I think Sam has a lot of things. You have a lot of things that you don't like to say, or you're like, I can't say that. You really can. That's the crazy part. Like being,
I just feel so bad.
but being bold. I've had this thing where like since like high school, I'm like, dang, I wish I could be like that person, just say whatever I wanted. And so it's been like a long journey since like probably middle or high school, me just trying to like be like just say stuff. Like I'm like, oh, I wish I could say that. I'm like, oh wait, your toupee is a toupee, or whatever, you know. Just
Yes,
like,
fake.
Hair is growing a long way.
yeah. You know, but just be able to like
Hims, Rogaine.
or like for me personally, like saying things like to my family, like being able to say like, hey dad, I love you, you know, like even stuff like that, you know.
Is that cool with your family? You guys
Yeah, but I think it's
love your
because
family.
I'm not going to say but I will say because they probably won't listen to this episode. So I will take sole responsibility for introducing more like vocal vulnerability and like, it's like, oh, I love you. Like, I love you, mom. I love you, dad. My younger brother, I'm like,
It's brother stuff. Yeah.
You
I was like,
You flick their ear, dump water
Yeah.
down their ear throat.
I love him
Ooh,
too.
the ear
But being
flick.
able to say stuff like that, like that's part of being
ear
bold.
flick.
Because bold for me is like being able to say like anything that you want to say and not letting like fear or discomfort stop you. So that's like a big thing for me. So I'm like, for you just say stuff. Like start with little things, but like I have to write it down first.
I'm very curious what little things would be. How do you?
I don't like saying I don't like that or don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Like little boundaries and stuff. I think that's a good start.
Did y'all see that box truck that just flew by us?
Yeah, that was zootin'. I'm so glad we're on this Japanese road trip together.
Me too.
Guys, this video is still going. It's amazing. I gotta link it somewhere. But that's what I think you could do better. More boundaries. Like express yourself more. You're allowed to take up space and speak.
Okay.
I like that. I think my piggyback on that would be something similar. Like, yeah, start with like the little things and build up. Because I feel like you also don't want to be like the other guy that's like you know how I always do the like looking around like I'm looking for the opinion like that I asked for. You know, like.
You don't want to be the one always just saying everything that comes to mind, like having no filter. Like, I mean, I admire that, but I also don't admire the lack. It's two different spaces.
And I don't think, Sam, I don't think you're gonna have that problem. I will say, I'm assuming you're because you're a little bit more on the quieter end that you're taking more in. You're
Sam
listening,
grew up in
right?
a box.
We all kind of grew up in the
Didn't
box.
we
Shout out
all?
to Roddy. Client of the year.
Grew up in the box. I hate everything I hate the implication Sam made there.
Is a house not a home? Is a
That
house
box.
not a
Oh,
box?
okay. I thought you. Never mind.
I mean, but I grew up in a box on the street,
okay.
a cardboard refrigerator box. It was a Samsung 290.
Ooh.
Describe your home situation that has led to you not being able to not speaking your mind.
Then we have to do Lonnie's communication skills. Sorry.
Yeah, mine will be next. Go ahead, Sam. Describe your the house you're raised in that would lead that have led you to your communication skills. Viewers might resonate.
Ooh, I like that.
That is true. I mean, so I grew up with very traditional African parents.
What's that look like?
Black.
What's that sound like?
I feel like it's not culturally insensitive if I do it since I'm African, you know?
He does the accent. Here we go. I'd love to hear anybody on the Views podcast ever try an African
Oh
accent.
my gosh. he's just like peering
It's not
over.
gonna be French, but I'm curious what it's gonna be.
Did you go
I
out
don't
a
know.
lot as a kid?
No, I wasn't allowed. It was very like prison-like. I was only allowed to be at home, and my parents worked a lot, so they were not at home, and I don't have siblings, so I was kind of at home a lot.
What'd you do all
home
day?
alone? I watched a lot of YouTube videos.
Really?
Did a lot of research. Yeah.
Research what?
Life.
Well, in middle school, a lot of like random stuff, like tech, space, science, a lot of science-related
Reading
stuff.
for fun?
Well, reading through video form,
Okay.
mostly, because I can't read. But
He's an image engineer.
He's not sitting there reading Catcher in the Rye, right?
Yeah, never made it through.
Oh, definitely not.
Bam,
Oh
bam,
my
bam,
gosh.
2010,
Speaking
baby.
of, because I think Catcher in the Rye is one of those books you have to read in high school or something like that.
Yeah, I never did actually.
I never read any of the books.
Sam, Spark Notes.
Oh, I didn't even use SparkNotes. I would like BS it because half of them were like multiple choice quizzes. or
Multiple
whatever.
choice would ask the question that kind of explains what it wants you to answer.
Yeah, I'm like, I got a 50-50 shot at this point.
Yeah.
Or I just have other people do my homework for me.
You were having other people do your homework in middle school and high school?
Did you just pay
Yeah.
him?
No, I was just charismatic. No, I wasn't charismatic.
Yeah, stuff's not lining up here.
I wasn't
Collin is
charismatic,
blaring
but
at him.
I could finagle people, not necessarily into doing it for me, but it's just like
Deal making.
like it's an hour before class, so obviously other people have done it, and I'm like, hey, did you do the homework for like next period's class? And they're like, I mean, yeah, it's due next period, and I'm like, oh, can I see that for like 2 seconds? And I just
Did
like,
anyone ever get mad at you?
Okay.
what?
Everyone-
Well, there was 30 kids in the
mad.
class, so I'd rotate them.
so that's like a
You know-
rotation for
Is
homework.
I assume quiet
Yeah.
kids were dumb.
Oh no, quite the
No.
contrary. I
The
mean, like
loud kids are dumb. The loud kids are, you know how smart a loud person is because they say everything.
exactly. And in high school, I studied a lot of biomechanics because I did track and I wanted to learn how to be better without being physically better.
Okay, great.
What did I
I
just
was like, from a physics perspective, I can be better because all of these kids are stupid and I'm smart.
wow.
And I improved. Like
Because you understood, so you used physics in high school
Yeah.
to get better at track.
I used physics to pass my driving test.
What?
I didn't like from a skill standpoint, I didn't actually know how to drive, but I knew like, okay, I'm entering a 40-foot intersection going at 30 kilometers an hour or like 30 meters per
already
second.
hurts.
And then I know if I need to make a left turn, the arc angle needs to be like 47 degrees. I need to turn at this specific moment. If the yellow light normally lasts for 4.7 seconds, I need to enter the traffic signal at this point, and I have 2.7 seconds to make it before this car clips the back of my bumper.
Are you serious?
That's how I drove in high school. It was
Were
all
you just,
physics
like,
based.
Paranoid as hell.
No. Oh,
I would be.
oh
There's,
no.
like,
I was
8 things-
very chill. Have you guys
How are
seen
you
Speed
doing this
Racer?
while they're like making a left turn? There's like other vehicles, people walking.
Yeah, I take everything. It's like, have you seen Speed Racer, like the animated series?
yeah.
So you know how like whenever he's like in one of those like pinch situations, like
It,
time
like, slows
pauses
down?
and then there's
Okay.
like equations that flow across his like field of view as he's like calculating exactly what maneuver he has to do at the exact moment, and then time like unfreezes and then he just does the thing and it works perfectly. That's exactly what I did, and that's how
Definitely
I drove.
an
They hated
child.
Speed Racer.
Definitely.
Okay, well,
No, I don't
the
hate
streets
you, I'm
hated
just
me
saying.
too. This is why I left Tallahassee.
So much respect when I say that. But
Dog, that's
Yeah, like when I took my driving test, because it was very like controlled and not like natural.
okay.
Like the first thing he was like, all right, so we're gonna need you to like pull out of the parking space and then park your car in a different parking space. Real simple, real easy stuff. Hit a cone.
you did?
Yeah, and then they were like, okay, now we're gonna try parallel parking. Hit like 3 cones, and then
Did
they
you
were.
pass this test, by the way.
You just passed it once.
Oh, you only failed once.
I never failed. I got a perfect score.
But you were
you hit
hitting
3
cones.
Oh yeah, I know.
I don't understand.
Did you coerce him and do like?
I
2
didn't.
minutes before
I
the
didn't
period
say
and move your
anything to
homework?
him. I just showed up. I didn't say a word to him.
Sam actually doesn't know how to drive. Didn't
I
pass
was
the
like-
test. The man felt
I
so
was like, is this a
bad.
movie? Like,
the
is
man's
this
like,
a-
he's an only child. Let
He's
him
an
go.
only young child. He did physics in his house.
The man wasn't actually a driving instructor. He's just like a con man or a.
Okay, he did look like Drake, but like, okay.
I'm waiting for some context on that.
The spitting
Was this
image.
just a black man? I
No. It's like the spitting image of
Why would-
Degrassi Drake.
why would
like
you-
older, like
Please tell me he was in a wheelchair.
It was a
too.
cancel.
okay,
It was
maybe a little bit older than Degrassi Drake.
It was a canceled like prank show that just never came out, and Sam still accidentally got. They like did we actually give that kid his license? Did we?
This week,
Oh my God.
driving with the elderly.
Yeah. We have Drake. What's up, y'all?
This is-
I'm about to give this kid a taste. Drake, you don't have to sing. You don't have to sing. It's just do the thing.
Oh
I mean, it makes sense. Like he kind of looked like he was spacing out. He could have just been freestyling in his head. He could have just been like writing things in his head. Because like when I hit those cones, he didn't really write anything down. He like looked back at his clipboard and then he looked back up.
There's no spot for hit the cones.
I get to go home at 4 o'clock today.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably what it was.
Oh my God.
I can do Wheel of Fortune by 4, Oprah by 5.
No one is going home to watch Wheel of Fortune. Shut up.
Not Wheel of Fortune. What's the
Jeopardy.
Price is Right.
Show.
Oh.
Price is Right, Ellen Show.
Yeah, I guess Ellen. Do people
Yeah.
like put that? Do you remember whenever like in middle school or like for me in middle school, I had to like set a timer on when a certain show would come on.
Yeah, because if you missed it, that was it.
Yeah, you're not gonna see it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you missed it. Like Cartoon Fridays on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
I would
Only,
be like, I gotta see this. I gotta be there.
Do you remember when
Mom,
it was like
I have to be home by 8.
TiVo something?
Oh yeah,
When
TiVo.
I was like, oh, I didn't
Recording
realize
stuff.
y'all were luxurious.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
you guys
DVR?
You have a TiVo.
You have a TiVo DVR that you can record later? I couldn't.
Yeah, we had
I just
Comcast.
not know what the heck's going on.
Sometimes, yeah, you just missed it.
Yeah, exactly.
You missed.
Yeah, I
You
don't
missed
know.
the new episode of Teen Titans or Hi Puffy Amiyumi or whatever it was.
I'm the only kid there, sitting there alone by the water cooler with nothing to say.
Why were you a kid at the? Anyways, by the
saying.
water cooler.
It's a
What?
saying.
Nobody says that.
The water cooler talk. It's like a
At work. At work, kids
Yeah.
don't have a water cooler.
fine,
At
but
the
no
office.
cartons. Is that better?
What was the question, Sam? It's my turn. What's the thing? Well, how can I communicate?
Yeah, how
better?
can you communicate better?
It's your turn, it's not mine. I'm not answering the question. You like asked the question and looked at me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's like, how can you communicate better? Puts a microphone in my noggin.
Noggin.
No, say it. Go on, say it. Tell me I can communicate better. Speak up. Say it with your
You're
chest.
taking notes because you're going to absolutely lambast us later. Oh, I remember on the podcast when you said I could have communicated better. How's this? Just like passive aggressively goes
How's
for it.
this?
Yeah.
Punch me in the neck. Obviously, there's nothing I can do better because I do a really good job. Hey. I'm not.
Hey, be nice.
Yeah, be nice. Be sweet to me. Guys, say something. I do a good job, right? That's why we're not saying anything.
I was going to let Sam go first or Mike?
Well, I was going to let you go first.
Oh, lovely.
Why
Okay.
are we being afraid?
You're the guest.
I think
'Cause I
there are
can't.
areas of improvement.
I'm gonna be so mad.
I was going to make one up, but I know you already
Just the
went to
fact that
play.
it's coming from Colin. It doesn't matter if it's
Yeah.
actually good advice.
Like overall, he's like overall, you're one of the best communicators I've ever seen. I'm just like punch him in the neck. Go ahead.
In the neck.
In the cojones.
My units of mass destruction, one could say. An area Lonnie could communicate better. I think he communicates at least very forwardly. I'm thinking of ways he's a decent listener, right? Maybe you could be a
everything
better
he
like,
says is
intake
always so
and listener.
backhanded. It's always so backhanded.
He's still a professional gaslighter.
I guess
We
he's a
didn't-
good listener when he does.
Yeah, and he
My
cares
head's
about
starting
you.
to
So he
sweat.
like it's like in there, it's with the love. But I would say maybe there's always areas to improve on that. But I don't have anything exactly that's like you're
Okay,
bad
good.
at this. You could do better
Sam?
than that.
I would say, I feel like you've definitely improved on this before, but I remember some other people have also commented on how you don't listen.
He's a good listener when he wants to.
Exactly. Very
Colin, your turn is
situational.
over.
Yeah, I feel like you listen better now. I don't think that's really an issue.
I listen. That's one thing. That's one of the best
As
things about
much-
me. I listen.
All right.
He told
All right,
Connor-
buddy boy.
All right, it's Colin's turn.
I remember Lonnie actually did tell me. I did not ask for it, but Lonnie told me it. Ways I can communicate better, actually.
When was it? When did I tell you this?
Maybe about a year ago.
Do you think you did it? Do you think you did any of it?
I've actually actively worked on it.
Oh. What was it?
It's the thing we just bashed him for, actively listening.
Oh,
He said
dang.
I sometimes don't listen to the responses that are coming back to me, and so sometimes I may not communicate fully and completely because I may miss them.
Could have sworn I said stop yelling all the time. There you go again. Not listening.
Why I come on these podcasts? Me and my dirty socks.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all comment on Colin's dirty socks. Oh my god. No, I
Your couch.
Just purposely making the couch.
no, I feel like if there's anything, you communicate all right. You do fine.
Is it all right?
Yeah, you communicate all right. You talk. The only issues I have with you is how we always try to coordinate something. And then it's like neither of us. I'm like, and here's the thing. I'm like, if we're not gonna hang out, we're not gonna hang out when we don't hang out. But like, we can't.
Because I feel bad about saying no. And so
I know you feel bad.
And
It's just like,
and
no.
then I end up biting myself.
And it's
and
just
my
like we
friends
should
in the
both
ass.
just be like, no, we'll hang out when we hang out. We don't have to try to make another time to hang out all the time. Like it's like we'll get together when we get together. But I feel like whenever you're like let's do this, and you're like, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm like, I'm gonna try it again tomorrow. And you'd be like, oh, I'm washing a breadstick, so I can't. And I'm like, well, all right.
I'm
I don't.
feeding fish in the backyard.
Yeah, I have to close some cabinets. I'm like, bro. And I'm like, we can hang out whenever we hang
wax
out.
the car.
Yeah, I
in
have
the
to wax my
street.
grandma. Like,
You leave her alone.
I'm like,
lady.
Yeah, you leave me alone.
whenever we hang out, I'm fine with it. I just feel like we should do better in our friendship of we
agree.
don't have to hang out. It's like, hey, I see you in passing. It's great. Sometimes you have friends like that where it's like we hang out every day, and then some friends like we hang out once every 3 months and we roast each other for an hour and have a great time.
But I would love to be more. But I
would love to be more too, but neither
And
of us
we
have made
can.
active efforts
You're
to
right.
do anything
You're
about
right.
it.
We will.
So like,
And
This has
it's
just become a
documented
therapy
on here
session
that
for them
now
too. It's
been
couples
said,
counseling.
We can figure that part of it out.
yeah, either we change something or we let it be what it is. And I'm okay with either one. I'd love to see you more and do more stuff, but if it's this, then this is what it is, and I'm happy with this as well. Next question, the final question of the podcast. I hate whenever I have to. The ending these always feels so like sad and a little like.
I mean,
like we sing the goodbye song from Out of the Box.
Do you guys? I was even thinking like, I love like when you guys do your podcast and like sometimes, I love that there's like a planned like you just pull questions to ask random.
Yeah.
But I also love how like sometimes on these podcasts you guys end up asking questions like as they come up.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
we were just
yeah.
talking about like, oh, what's we were talking about Japan or whatever. And it's like,
Yeah.
where's a place that you traveled to that you would recommend to others? Or like you guys these
Yeah.
questions like we made fun of home ec or like
Yeah, there's real stuff. Yeah, I'm like the
Home
questions are
Ec
great,
thing,
but I'm like
promise,
I will
but,
go
like,
off the questions and just ask questions about stuff.
I really do appreciate and love that about it because it lets us
Be
even
us.
kind of like
It lets us and the viewers, the listeners, the
Like I
classmates.
liked knowing your karaoke songs, which I don't think anybody actually answered. But
I did. I said them. Return of the Mac or Mr. Brightside.
and did Sam?
Oh, I
so.
don't think I did. No. What was my? It's what was it? It's a Marvin Gaye song. I forgot what it's
Let's
called.
get it on.
No, it can't be. What's going on? No.
Oh yeah.
What's going?
What's going on?
Maybe it is. Let's get it on.
Going on? Really? That's your karaoke song?
I feel like there's another one that I can't
Oh.
remember.
Venice,
all
Italy.
What?
There was an ad just now for a haunting in Venice, and I've seen the billboards, and I'm like, Venice Beach, what a weird place to have a haunting.
Is it?
It's a movie.
I know, but it was called A Haunting in Venice, and I just thought in my head, it takes place in Venice Beach.
Oh.
Venice, Italy.
I'd believe Venice Beach too.
Same, see?
That's a
But I
scary
just
place.
realized I'm like
Hollywood
they're
doesn't
no.
run the world, guys.
I know, but I'm
Yeah.
like, but in the ad they had like canals and like boats, and I'm like, oh, the Venice
Oh.
canals.
I didn't see that.
Huh.
the Venice canals are like a really
In Venice.
American version of what like
Exactly, what is
right?
actually in Venice. In the movie A Haunting in Venice, it takes place
But-
in Venice, Italy,
But
not Venice Beach.
But I feel like Venice Beach and the canals is all just like $4 million homes.
Yes, very
True.
expensive. That's
Anyway.
where Rosie from Fan House used to live. Sorry,
That's true.
Who was answering the question?
Rosie
from Fan House, or Fan House is no longer. Huh.
R.I.P.
Rosie the founder, Rosie the one of the most famous Twitter flirts. She's a
love
horny
that.
Twitter girl.
I love
Go ahead.
What
Love
is
that energy.
the
Also
appropriate interval before starting round 2?
What's the what?
What is the
Oh.
appropriate interval before starting round 2?
Now you assume that I'm not a virgin.
This
But-
is assuming, yes,
My
that you're not a
virginity is
virgin.
strong.
I think that based off of that notion, from what I've seen in the research and from what I've learned from third parties, an appropriate time, I think it's called the refractory period, is it not?
Yes, the scientific term.
A refractory period. Well, that varies, I believe.
I think it does too.
Yeah, I think that varies. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's kind of like,
Bounce back time, things like that.
I think that's going to depend on, did you drink milk before? I think you're supposed to drink milk before you
What?
start, because milk helps like you to reinvigorate the bones and for
What's up with the
procreation.
thing with pineapple then?
That's just, I think
that's for
pineapples, yeah, I hear that's
flavor.
for flavor.
But I think that's also
like
just a
flavor profile
hydration
and
thing.
Plating.
What?
Ew, plating. Ew.
Plating?
No, nothing should be plated in intercourse. Nothing,
Well-
I mean,
Plated?
plating.
Like
the
food?
presentation, like food is
Food
plated.
presented.
Like, you know how you have a
Well,
ham.
there's a presentation
yeah.
to it though, but not necessarily in the form of plating.
Are you bussing on a plate?
it's all that's there. What if it's just?
How did this happen?
Sorry.
How did we get here?
Yeah. Go ahead, Sam. Answer the question.
What is the what was the question? What was the question?
Five.
What was the appropriate amount of time between?
Oh, before
round two.
Before round 2.
saying we
Why
were
make
boxing,
time at
right?
all?
Whoa.
Get right back into it.
Wow. I haven't. My research does not support.
Why waste time dilly dallying around?
Waste time. I go to sleep after I kiss
That's a
somebody.
virgin. That's a virgin answer right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang it!
Yeah. Wait
How
a
did
minute.
they? What?
That's a crazy question. I feel like there's so much variance. Sometimes I'm just like, well, thanks for making out with me. Get out of my house.
Proud of you. Hand slap.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
high
kiss.
five. Get out of my house.
Oh, is that a slap to like leave, or is that like a high five?
High five. Let's get out. Like,
Oh,
That's
how
like
you finish
the
it.
high five, and then you
Seals the
push
deal.
their hand to
I
push
give
them
her a
out.
handshake and
and a skedaddle.
3 nickels for the Uber.
Ooh,
Oh, yes.
a nice little like 1900s.
A nice little handshake.
Cab fare.
Please head to the
For
desk.
and don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yeah. Just like flick a quarter at them. Like, get yourself something nice from the dollar store.
Shit on you on the way out.
Exactly. Try the dollar menu, dear.
McDonald's is on the way. Make me up a sandwich.
Yeah, and bring me something nice. You're just an 1800s transatlantic carny man with anyone you bring over to your home. I understand. What did we learn today on the podcast? We have to wrap it up with like our findings. Yeah, that feels nice.
Yeah.
What'd you learn today, Sam?
I don't think I learned anything.
On the cozy cast today, this special Hurricane Hilary episode, I learned that Sam drives like Rain Man.
What is Rain Man?
We
Like-
talked about Hillary one time, by the way.
Yeah, well, it's just it's a dud. Hillary's such a dud.
Yeah, this
like-
was an
Florida
L.
boys here are just so used to it.
Yeah.
I'm
Florida
so
boy.
disappointed.
You know, for me just saying it,
We had so
Japan
many
said, look at that.
good hurricane plans that were ruined because this hurricane was booty.
We were gonna like ride a rolly chair through the wind with a kite like Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
We were gonna
Shout out Julie Andrews. Yeah.
watch a bunch of movies and like
Cry.
cry.
The tears are
Oh, you know what I realized
the
recently?
tears are outside,
I used
actually.
to I didn't like watching movies. What's going on?
I don't know, just as you were going through that, you're just like, we're gonna watch a bunch of sad movies, and the only thing that came to mind was fondle each other.
Why?
I don't know. And then you said cry, and I was like, oh, that's so an opposite
Yeah,
of what
that's
I
so
was.
different. That's those two things should not be mixed. And if they are, you should call someone. Like a cop,
I just
a police officer, like law enforcement.
they're gonna make an episode of TV about that. Dick Wolf's gonna produce. It's just gonna be one of those like SVU episodes.
The teary fondler.
Yeah. We cried.
Oh, I was saying I learned that I like watching movies. It's like books. I used to not read books until I realized there were good books out there. Like
What's a good
Dang.
book?
Like the only books I had to read for a long time were like the Bible and like which. I'm not saying it's a bad book. I'm just saying in terms of like the books I can. It's not always the most. It's not really a page turner. All right, you into Leviticus, it's a tough time.
Can you quote Bible? Like parts of the Bible?
What parts?
Do you like certain hymns? Hymns.
The Bible has more than him. Anyways,
I'm not-
but I realized similar to books, like sometimes the books are just you only get like they're the books you grow up having to read in school, so you think all books suck. But then once you find like good books, like I didn't get into Harry Potter because I wasn't allowed to because witchcraft until college, and that was a great book series and it was so fun. I blew through those. But then like I realized I'm like, oh wait, there's also like good movies. Like movies that are just really good. Like I watched this one movie called The Boy Called Christmas, which was a really kind of a lame Netflix movie, but it had a lot of little moments that were like very, very poignant and like emotional. And then also like my dad told me to watch it, and there was a part where like there's a relationship with the dad and the son. I'm like, oh, that's okay. Like you might not say that to me, but you actually like me. But I realized I'm like, oh, I do. Movies like that are nice because they kind of remind you of pieces of yourself.
Yeah.
That like you may have forgotten about. Like I'm so used to seeing just Marvel movies all the time, and I forgot that they're like films that like tell a story that's a little bit more like emotional.
We meant to watch that together.
I did watch it. It was good.
I see it again.
But I forgot. I mean, that one
I want
was
to see
a
it
while
second
ago.
time. That one and Oppenheimer. I want to see it twice.
Oppenheimer was good. But Oppenheimer wasn't one that reminded me of myself at all. It was just kind of like,
No, it's like a long
people are also like, it's so depressing. I'm like, it really wasn't depressing.
If you think about the like overarching facts of it,
What we're living today? Sure, yeah. Our reality, then yeah. But anyways, I guess I learned today on the podcast that Sam drives like Rain Man or Oppenheimer designing a bomb. So go ahead, Sam.
I don't know what these mean, but I'll take it.
Did you learn anything? How would you summarize what we learned today?
What I learned in the past 2 minutes is that my house is flooding currently.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Wait, what?
bro! Like flooding?
I don't know.
You know this.
You got a text?
Yeah. I got a couple calls.
Oh, calls?
Yeah, she never calls too.
Oh no! Should we take it on the pod?
Probably not.
All right, what'd you learn?
Outside of learning that his house is flooded and mine kind of is flooded. Light flood.
Oh, I gotta drop you both off. Okay. Holy smokes! Hurricane is getting up. Hey, I'm gonna post about this on the story, so just check that out. All right.
Oh, it was. Yeah, there's a lot of rain out there. We should check that out. But I learned that you two are very swell friends that make a loving podcast about pure being, individuality, and love.
Pure being, individuality, and love. Did you like just botch a whole sentence?
I created that out of thin air. I thought you would have been
Yeah,
proud.
he's just BSing that.
Yeah, you
straight
just
out of his
you
booty
put a
hole.
bunch of words together like a
Straight.
third
No,
grader.
that's me. Look at those wings. That was me. All heated up and nice. That was me trying to be nice. Oh, that girl was 8.
All right.
Okay. Well,
Thank you all for
look.
tuning into the Ivy League
Look,
podcast. We're out.
I
Okay.
learned that.
I learned that you guys have some serious beef, and it's like on site, which I knew beforehand, but I forgot, so I relearned it.
That's cute.
And he's doing it on purpose now. Like we had such a good moment, and he's doing it on purpose now. And he
wait, what
knows
was
he
this
is.
good-
And he's never remorseful. Like that's like kind of one of the
Of
worst
course I'm
things.
remorseful. I
About
want you to
what?
feel bad.
About what?
I don't want you to feel bad.
What are
like
you
think
remorseful
I'm-
about?
Do you hear this?
What do you say what you're remorseful about? If
Collin,
you're so
out with it.
sorry-
We have
if
houses
you're
that
so-
are flooding.
If you're so sorry, I'm holding Sam's house hostage. If you're so sorry, say what you're sorry about.
My house is just to the side, I guess.
There it is.
I am remorseful.
No,
for-
say I'm sorry for.
All of a sudden, you have to change my wording to fit your beings. My God, I can't even. My individuality is gone as I just said it. I am sorry for us not being able to make more time together.
Why did I get
these 3
included in his
month
apology?
periods.
Why was I included in his apology? Why did he say us? It should have been I am sorry.
I'm sorry
for.
that this is your fault.
Yeah. What?
That's not. That is your interpreration of it.
All
That
right.
is
Well,
not
maybe
what
we'll
I
get an
said.
apology the next time Colin's on here. Thanks for tuning into the podcast. Sam, give us a note, and I'm going to sing us out.
Oh.
Ivy League Podcast.